You're way too beautiful, girl. That's why I had to scam. The jail doors are closed behind me. They're closed behind me. They sound like it's over. Let's get into the Sean Kingston and mother convicted of fraud. He's sentenced to 3.5 years. Let's talk about it.
Kingston getting sentenced to 3.5 years in federal prison today for wire fraud. His lawyers saying this case was about more than just theft.
It was about the fact that he was a 16-year-old who rose to fame overnight and never had any guidance on finances, never knew how much money was in his bank account. Business managers handle that, and some of them didn't handle it properly. So we're here today because Sean still to this day doesn't know how much money is in his bank account and does like to buy nice stuff.
Remember, his mother was found guilty of fraud and grand theft as well. She got sentenced to 5 years in federal prison last month. Prosecutors said Kingston and his mother used his celebrity name to trick luxury businesses into delivering things.
That's a crazy picture. That is a crazy picture of his mom. She had to take off the wigs and stuff. She said, okay, I'm ready. Fuck it. Do it. Just do it. Hurry up. Damn.
To them before getting payment. The payments were then made using fraudulent or worthless wire transfers. Kingston and his mom ended up stealing more than $1 million worth of stuff. According to arrest warrants, the pair defrauded a jewelry business, a luxury bed company, car dealerships, and a TV company.
Shit that he didn't even need. That's not even really important.
Jesse Kurst is joining us now with more on this outside the courthouse. Jesse, the sentence, it could have been worse, right? The government had asked for more time. What happened in court and what's coming next?
Yeah, so prosecutors, Yasmin, had asked for 60 months behind bars. He wound up getting sentenced to 42 months, as well as 3 years of supervised release. His attorneys have been pushing for him to spend no time behind bars. His legal team arguing that Sean Kingston should have just served time under house arrest, which he had been doing leading up to his sentencing. His attorneys had pointed to several things, including the fact that they say that he had repaid much of what was owed. They pointed to what they say were good works he'd done in the past, including serving meals around Thanksgiving to those in need. But the judge clearly determined that Kingston needed to spend at least some time behind bars. We did hear from Kingston's legal team afterward. We did not hear from Kingston himself because he was immediately taken into custody. Here's part of what we heard from Kingston's legal team.
I think that anybody who buys diamond jewelry, and you all know from social media, I would call it an addiction. Just like people who have an addiction to gambling get a lower sentence, I would say that this was an addiction to nice stuff.
Oh, that's a crazy excuse. He tried to use that. Like, I'm 16, I came into money, and I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know what's in my account. You didn't know what your account, so you kept buying stuff? And then after the first one came back, and after they called you and say, hey, this ain't done, and they tried to come get their stuff back, you said no. So when they tried to get their stuff back and told you, like, it ain't go through, you still said, nah, fuck it. Fuck it. It's an addiction. He had an addiction to jewels. He was just eating diamonds, huh? He had addicted to food, nice things, a luxury bed, a TV. He just needed 150-inch TV on the wall, huh? Whatever it was. Don't make no sense.
And here's also a look, Yasmin, at some of the figures that have been discussed.
$480,000 in jewelry, $200K plus from Bank of America. He's swindling Bank of America. They coming for this. $160,000 for an Escalade dealer. $100,000 for First Republic Bank. He's scamming banks. He was addicted to $86,000 for custom bed manufacturer. Come on. What are we talking about?
A conclusion to the amount of money that Sean Kingston will still owe unless there is any kind of agreement reached between prosecutors and the defense team in between between now and then. And that is what played out outside of the courthouse. We're actually in Miami now, so we're in the general area. But that's what played outside the courthouse. Again, we saw Sean Kingston going into the courthouse. He didn't say anything to us when I asked him what he was going to say to the judge, but he did make some brief comments in the courtroom. He made the push to be able to turn himself in, saying he had some medical appointments that he needed to handle before he was taken into custody.
With him and his mother history of scamming and doing, he might try to flee somewhere. Who knows? He might use a little bit of money and not say, I don't want to go to, if he's really addicted, if he's really an addict to the luxury life, you telling me you're going to turn yourself in to prison? where it ain't no luxury no more. It ain't no nothing. It ain't no TVs until you go in the day room. It ain't no out. You telling me this person that's addicted? The lawyer said he's addicted to luxury, luxuriousness. That don't sound like you're going to turn yourself peacefully in to the jail cell.
But the judge had him immediately remanded to custody, and so now he's going to be spending years now, Yasmin, behind bars.
Jesse Kirsch, thank you. Appreciate it.
Who the hell would have figured Sean Kingston coming out with hits, multiple hits, really? Who would have thought that this young man would start scamming shit? And his mother has a history of fraud, from what I hear. That's crazy. Some people probably like, oh, I wish I was Sean Kingston. You know, you 16, you hear him like, oh, I wish I could be out there and young and make money. And you swear you see him and some jewels, like, oh, he got that money. He probably invested it right. And this motherfucker scamming. I do that all the time. I be looking at these regular people like, how they get that? Oh, he's 200,000 in debt, 300,000. Well, how you even get access to that? It don't look like. Just on his name. They're like, oh, it's Sean Kingston. I know Justin Bieber. I know Usher. I know this and I know that. Yeah, I could get him. And they're like, oh, he good for the money. Like, that's nothing. That's like turning around and like, hey, you can ask one of his celebrity friends, hey, can I borrow 20,000 real quick? That's how the business is seeing it. But hey, 3.5 years. Damn. Is that a lot? That too much for $1 million and he paid his stuff back? Because I've seen some people take, you know, white collar crimes. They'll take 10, 20 million and have to give back 100,000 in restitution and serve a year in jail. So, or is it just a history? Like different people, different businesses. It wasn't like one hit, 1 million, bang. It's like over time, you lying, they knocking on your door, you ain't scoping them out. It's like, there's a lot that went into them. Like, there's like they making them pay for like the time they spent. And which I think cave dwellers, damn.